Hi, everybody. Big Guy here. Welcome to Mike's Garage. Wanted to address some of the comments that I'm getting in here at Mike's Garage. First, I want to thank you for watching the interview with Staff Sergeant Steve. Steve was a part of a drone team. Started out in reconnaissance, went to the Predator, and it's a very interesting four-part series. Hope to do more of that. It's very interesting stuff interviewing somebody, especially a younger guy with today's technology. Some of the comments I want to address, just to give a shout out to Gordon Shumway. Gordon, the sensors are what they are. I mean, some of them are junk, some of them work. My son has a Subaru. He says it works great. The cruise control speeds up and slows down according to where you are in traffic. So I guess they'll get better and better. You know, they're talking about self-driving cars someday. Maybe I'll live to see it. I don't know, but we'll find out about that. Ryan, the brakes on the trucks, I'm sure they have to be improved. You always get down the highway and see the left rear brake of a tractor trailer locked up, and you get these big long skid marks on the highway. Dangerous stuff. Those big tractor trailers are tough to be around. Some of the highways around here in Pennsylvania, they're just treacherous to try to run next to a big truck. You got to get away from them. So we'll see. You know, hopefully that technology catches up with him too. Wayne, a couple things I want to say to you, buddy. Wayne Gunter, he had a bad experience with Agent Orange. I'm assuming it's Agent Orange. I really don't know who to talk to about that or how to get help for somebody. If any of you know who you should talk to or how to get help for somebody who has side effects from Agent Orange or directly affected by Agent Orange, drop me a comment. I'd like to try and get a hold of somebody and maybe do an interview about that. The chemicals that they use and some of the things they've done in warfare in the past, the government just covers up and you don't know anything about it. So, but really would like to find out more about that. I've had some problems with skin cancer and different things. Interested in finding out more about that. Wayne was also in Fort Benning, same time I was there. Seems like within a month or so. We were in the engineers out on one corner of the base. The base is enormous. I mean, we probably crossed paths or walked past each other at the PX or something like that. So nice to hear from you. Keep in touch. The other thing is David Wadsworth. He seemed like he was in Fort Benning the same time I was. It looks like he was in the intelligence section up on Kelly Hill. Yeah, I remember the 3.2 beer. Man, it was terrible. They changed the name to light beer. Now you're supposed to like it. So I was never really a fan of beer to begin with. But that's the way it was back then. We weren't 21, but we were allowed to drink the dishwater that they bottled and called it beer. Okay, he got drafted out of Newark, New Jersey. They blew up some things there during the draft. It was, there were different times. I mean, the protests were like today. They get violent. People just throwing rocks and things like that. So it really got different. He tried to go to the Atlanta Pop Festival. That was a crazy time. There used to be an hour, 2 hours between bands because they didn't want to share equipment. The band would tear down their equipment. The next band had to set everything up on their own. So it did take forever. There's probably a dozen bands there. It took the whole weekend to do. But like I said, I don't remember too much of it. It was just a crazy weekend. The other thing is David has a much different experience in Vietnam than I did. David was in the part of the military that helped evacuate the people when the Americans pulled out. If you remember, I don't know how many of you remember the images on TV of the helicopters landing on top of buildings and pulling people out. They were the people that helped the Americans. They were translators. They were intelligence people. They were hosts. They were contractors that the military was paying to do that. They were military leaders that were leading the South Vietnamese army. It was a terrible thing. I know when we started to pull out, the engineers, we turned over all the equipment to the South Vietnamese Army. We had bulldozers, a lot of three-quarter ton trucks, a lot of Jeeps, a lot of 2.5 ton cargo trucks, things like that we were turning over to them. 2 days later, and a whole warehouse full of spare parts. We had so many spare parts because these were Korean vintage vehicles, and they had so many spare parts they just were going to leave them there. So they turned everything over to the South Vietnamese Army. As we were packing stuff up, they came in, they started dismantling the buildings. 2 days later, you saw one of our trucks painted a different color. Somebody had their family in it driving around Saigon. It just was a mess. I mean, there was so much corruption and so much theft going on. It was unbelievable. And in the end, we flew away and left everybody there. The North Viet Cong came in, took over the South, and thousands of people were killed because they helped the Americans. And that was the saddest part of the whole war for me. It was such a waste to walk out of there without a win. All those guys died, gave up their lives. Those that suffered severe injuries or any kind of injury, those guys that are still suffering with Agent Orange as we get older, all that was for nothing. I mean, it's very sad. And the thing that really gets my goat is they're doing the same thing in Afghanistan. I mean, if you're listening to the news, it's we pulled out. Excuse me. We pulled out, and now we're going back in to rescue the people that are at risk, because the Taliban is no different than any other aggressor. They know they can wait us out because we don't go in to win a war. We go in and think we're going to change the culture, to build the country up. They're going to be able to take care of themselves. We didn't do it right. Okay, we're not doing things right. I don't care who the politicians are. I'm not trying to take sides on any politicians here. I'm talking about the military and trying to help people. The reputation of the Americans is you come in, you do the war, and you just leave. And so now they're trying to get the people out of there, just like they did in Vietnam. I mean, deja vu. The people that we left behind there suffered, or they were killed. Their families were killed in front of them to punish anybody who would even think about helping the Americans in the future. Same thing is happening in Afghanistan. They're slowly, as the Americans pull back, they're taking over the towns without any problem at all. The towns are just giving up. They don't want it. Why are we there in the first place? The people don't want us there. We're not appreciated. And all the guys that lost their lives there, we're leaving behind all kinds of equipment and all kinds of tragedies that taken place, and we're just leaving. So it's really sad. I'm very sad to see it. It gets me upset. I'm sorry for rambling on about that. But listen, I did want to tell you one thing. We're getting a lot of good comments here, and we're trying to upgrade things here at the studio. So what we're going to start doing is Tuesdays from 9 to 9:30, we're going to do a live stream. I'm going to be able to get the comments off of the YouTube channel, and we can address things right there. I'm not in a position at this time. We've got to do some more upgrades here, get some more money together, and get a call-in kind of a thing going on. I really would like to hear what people have to say and what experiences they had, and maybe they can help. Maybe we can help each other to see what we can do about Agent Orange, or what kind of group you should get involved in if you're having trouble. Even for the younger guys that are having problems with the post-traumatic stress disorder, I hope you're getting the right help for that. The government has a tendency to walk away and leave you hanging, and I don't like that. I think none of us should like that. If you step up and give your time to service for your country, they kind of owe you something, I think. Anyway, I mean, I was drafted. I really didn't want to get involved in that. It turned out to be a thankless job. Nobody appreciated what you did, and we just turned around and walked away from all those people. So I want to talk more about that. Like I say, Every Tuesday, 9 to 9:30, we're going to go with a stream. It'll be a live stream. I'll be able to read your comments and address them over the air. At some point in time, after we get our act together here, my producers tell me we're going to be able to take phone calls and do more live interviews. And we're going to concentrate it, like I say, Tuesday, 9 to 9:30. Stay tuned. We'll put some more stuff up on YouTube and Instagram. Mike's Garage, Tuesday, 9 to 9:30. Be there or be square. See you then. Be safe, wear a mask, sanitize. Bye.